Oh
Oh
man.
man.
All
Well,
right.
speaking of that, I mean, since we've landed on the goatess of goats, right? Jay-Z and actually another goat, LL Cool J,
Yes.
were actually inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which many, well, some have said now it legitimizes, um, legitimize the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now that they've been inducted. How
Uh,
do you guys feel about this?
so
Or what?
shouts
Just
out
the
to,
inductee first and foremost.
shouts out to Jay-Z, shouts out L Cool J. They both are goats, both are legends and pioneers of the rap game. We really fuck with you. Scratch that. Why is there a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducting rap artists? Why don't we have a legitimate hip hop / rap Hall of Fame? Like, why don't we have that? Like, I, I'm not mad at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because there's a lot of talented artists in the rock and roll genre. 100%. I'm not mad at it. I would even be mad if they did a song category like, hip hop song, whatever, because that's when you could get like the Steven Tyler Run DMC collab with Aerosmith and shit like that. Walk This Way, blah blah blah. So what I'm saying is like, why don't we have a legitimate, hey, hip hop Hall of Fame, rap Hall of Fame? We should have that.
You know why?
Why is that? Because I've always wondered the same thing.
You want to know why? Because you criticize and don't support BET when they actually when they try to induct people into their Hall of Fames.
They have Hall of Fame.
Yes, they literally during every award show they give like they induct.
The lifetime achievement award.
All of that type of stuff.
The inspiration award and stuff like that.
See how he lacks the accreditation for
Who
are the nominees, Spence? Lil Durk.
A lifetime achievement award to
24K golden.
That's just making in the Hall of Fame.
First ballot.
First ballot.
Oh,
unanimous selection.
The first ballot Hall of Fame goes to Lil Durk.
So
he's in there.
How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about Jay-Z and LL Cool J though?
I think it's cool that they made it in there. I was watching the induction speeches from LL Cool J and Jay-Z today. Well, Jay-Z yesterday, but I was listening to what they were saying, and I thought it was cool that you had Dr. Dre bringing out LL Cool J and Dave Chappelle brought out Jay-Z, and it was cool to see a whole bunch of essentially like what do they call it, like pat on the backs for a lot of other rappers, because they were shouting out like a hell of a lot of other people when they were giving out their speeches and whatnot. And I thought it was cool to just see that, I feel like rap is like at this point where it's like we see the elder statesmen really getting some of their flowers. I mean, not all of them, of course, but some of them for sure.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree there, where like definitely since we've gotten more now that I think music has just became a little bit more modern, or like there's just been more of a merge of genres, or more while hip hop is now the leading genre, right? So everybody has to accept it. So I think it does. We are finally getting a chance to see those that are like our older statesmen, or those that have been like a huge influence within our game. And I mean that in terms of like the modern golden era of hip hop, because Jay-Z would be more or less at the tail end of the golden age of hip hop, right? So
okay, yeah.
So like seeing that from him, and then even someone like LL Cool J, who essentially would be he existed during the 90s, but like we all the times that we remember hearing about him a lot of times come from those those records from the 80s. Yeah. But I mean, of course, he still did his thing in the 90s as well, but that's when he was doing his movie career and acting, and he's actually still on like, he's on like
Too Deep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That you can't forget that one,
bro. He's on like he has a TV show on like CBS, right?
Yeah.
Like daily, like syndicated weekly, like him, Queen Latifah, like I think
Shouts out to her too.
Yeah.
I believe Dave Chappelle was the one that actually was actually one of the people that was an announcer for Jay-Z before he came out to actually announce him for the award. So this was pretty dope. And of course, like anybody that listens to this podcast, or like you both know, Jay-Z's my favorite rapper of all time. Like
Really? He's your favorite rapper?
Pinnacle. The pinnacle.
Oh, you thought it was Lil Durk.
No. I know he likes Lil Durk, but no, I mean, if he says Lil Durk is his favorite rapper of all time, then I'm like, I understand why we get in arguments. That's why I don't understand why he likes what he likes. That's why I don't understand it.
Nah, man. What you mean? Yo, Durk, even Durk you know what Durk calls himself, right?
Smirk.
No, he calls himself the Chicago Jay-Z, man.
Is he the Chicago Jay-Z Spence?
That's what he calls himself.
No, I'm asking you. When you said the GOAT of all goats, the pinnacle of the genre of rap music, and Lil Durk got that for Chicago?
Yo, listen. When you call yourself the tribal chief, right?
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm not gonna question if you the tribal chief. I'm gonna say, yo, I'm the tribal chief.
You want to know why I'm the tribal chief?
Would you disagree? I don't have to question. You don't have to tell me why you're the tribal chief. Why, bro?
Why?
Because I believe you for saying if you stamp yourself as the tribal chief,
acknowledge me.
Yo, that's why every episode I'm like,
thank you.
Yo, the tribal chief.
You have been promoted.
Yeah, I've been shouting you out I've been keeping your name. I've been keeping your name strong in these streets, in these podcasts.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but that's totally different from saying you're the Jay-Z of Chicago.
Yo, listen, man.
If he said he's the Jay-Z of O Block, I'm like, yeah, you are. You know, you the Jay-Z of O Block. But if he's of Chicago, you don't think Kanye is the Jay-Z of Chicago?
Yo, listen, man. Listen, when Lil Wayne called himself the greatest alive, and then know what we started calling him? The greatest rapper ever. So, hey, sometimes
I never call him that.
Yo,
I never call him that either. I mean,
me neither. But hey, he was calling himself the greatest rapper of all time. He was calling himself the greatest rapper alive since the greatest rapper retired or the greatest rapper died. Yeah, and
he's a goat. He's a goat for sure.
Yeah, he's a GOAT. I'll definitely agree, but that also comes from him running around. He was the first person saying he was the greatest. And then everybody else was just like, yo, Wayne's the GOAT.
Actually, Spence, you're wrong. Dr. Dre said in his own part of his induction speech for LL Cool J, LL Cool J actually coined the term GOAT. Fun fact for the day.
Where am I wrong at?
Because LL Cool J was saying it first. He was saying he was the greatest.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is Lil Wayne was the only one saying that at the time.
You said he was the first.
At that time, yes, he was the only. Well, he was the first or only one saying it at the time. I'm not saying Jay-Z called himself the greatest rapper at one point in time. When Lil Wayne says I'm the greatest rapper alive since the greatest rapper retired, that comes from Jay-Z, where he's like, I'm the greatest rapper alive since the greatest rapper died, talking about Big.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Of the 2000s, Lil Wayne was the number one guy. Once Jay-Z was like bowing out and getting into his business ventures, Lil Wayne was the guy. He was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
He's Kobe.
Now, like I'm Kobe.